Students, today I am going to tell you about formal or official letters and how to write it. Formal letters are generally written for official or professional purposes with a specific objective in mind. In formal letters are included applications, official letters and government letters and also letters to the editor. It uses simple language which is easy to read and interpret. The size of a formal letter should be concise. This you have to keep in mind. That does not include irrelevant matters. In contrast, the informal letters can be lengthier, but in formal letters you have to be concise. You have to write to the point. Formal letters are used for writing letters to business contacts, for example, partners, suppliers, customers, clients, etc., or college or institute, employers, professionals, etc. As against this, we write informal letters to friends, relatives, siblings, acquaintances, etc. So while writing a formal letter, you have to keep certain points in mind, in consideration. Number 1, a formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format for writing a formal letter. Next, use of colloquial words, abbreviations and slang language should be restricted while writing a formal letter. Then number 3, a formal letter must be precise and to the point. Next, you have to keep in mind that the subject line is very important in a formal letter. You have to mention the subject regarding what you are writing. The format of a formal letter, now I am going to tell you about that. In this, the first point is sender's address. The address and contact details of the sender are written here. In this, you can include an email and phone number if required or if mentioned in the question. Then next is the date. The date is written below the sender's address after leaving one space or one line. And it should be written in the same style as that of the personal letters, which I have already told you in my previous video. Then next is you have to write the receiver's address. In the recent fashion of letter writing, TO is usually omitted. Designation of the person to whom the letter is written and his or her office address should be written 2 spaces below the date. Then next is reference number. The file and letter number of the writer should be written so as to facilitate future communication. Then next is the subject of the letter. It is an important part of the official letter. So the main purpose of the letter forms the subject. So it must be written in one line. It must convey the matter for which the letter is written. Like for example, you can write in your subject application for the post of assistant professor or application seeking migration or mark sheet, etc. So in this way you have to mention the subject. Then next is your salutation. Salutation is almost fixed in official letters. All officers hired in designation, executives of various departments, offices, teachers are to be addressed with sir, respected sir or madam. Only the people holding equal or lower designation are to be addressed as dear sir. Then next comes the body of the letter. The matter of the letter is written here. It is divided into 3 paragraphs as follows. In the first paragraph, You can introduce yourself and the purpose of writing the letter in brief. In the second paragraph, you can give details of the matter, and in the last or concluding paragraph, you can mention what you expect. For example, a solution to your problem, to highlight an issue in the newspaper, etc. Uh, like for example, I just want to mention one more thing. There are certain expressions which are common to begin an official letter, like may I draw your kind attention, or with reference to your letter number so and so, or I have the honor to state or submit or bring to your kind notice that. So in this way you can begin your official letter. After that comes the complimentary close. In official letters, it is customary to round the letter off with some complimentary remarks. Like, for example, hope you will move in the matter and do the needful. Or, I do hope I am not putting you to too much trouble. Or, an early reply would be greatly appreciated. Or, I sincerely hope you will be able to help me in this matter. So, in these ways, before the subscription, you can write kind of a complimentary close to wind up your official letter. After the complimentary close comes the subscription, which includes the sender's name, signature, and designation, if any. It should be written immediately below the main body of the letter, and it should be in this manner, like for high officials, when you take leave, you can write yours faithfully, or for other officials or say editors, you can write yours obediently, yours truly, or yours sincerely. Now in subscription, you have to keep one thing in mind. Generally, students commit this error. They put an apostrophe in yours. So don't ever use an apostrophe when you write yours. Just simply write yours. Don't put an apostrophe. Don't use an apostrophe s. Keep this in mind. After that, you can put your signature. Letter should be signed in hand, and designation of the signing authority should be written below the signature. After that comes enclosures. Clearly mention number-wise if any documents are enclosed with the letter. Like if you enclose photocopies of some documents, then you must mention about them number-wise. So in this way, you can write an official letter. The format includes sender's address, then date, then receiver's address, then reference number if there is any, then subject, then salutation, then body of the letter, then complimentary closing, then subscription, which includes sender's name, signature, and designation, and finally enclosures if there are any. So students, today I have just given you the format of the official letters, and in my next video we'll talk about business letters. So for today, that's all. Thank you.